Can you get to like 5-0, maybe a little higher without a two-handed backhand? In my opinion, absolutely. Until about a year or two ago, Ben Johns wasn't playing with a two-handed backhand, and he doesn't even really use the two-handed backhand that much. He really just dinks with it. So the easiest probably way to break this down for you guys is to go through the 4 phases. And if you haven't seen that video from us, you're on YouTube, you can click right here and you can check it out. But let's go through the first phase, serve, return. You're not going to serve with a two-handed backhand. No one does that. So not an issue there. With the return, you do need a two-handed backhand return, in my opinion, if you're going to become a pro. If you're not, you don't really need to. With a two-handed backhand return, you want pace and depth. You don't really want to run around your forehand. You don't want to open up middle gaps. The two-handed backhand kind of keeps you from having to do all of that. Same thing with like transition. In transition, you really only have like 3 out of the 4 weapons you need on the third. We're going to do a whole question on that, so we'll get more into that. You don't really have a backhand drive. Opponents can force you to drop. Makes you less offensive in transition. As far as dinking, things that'll be an issue there, you can't cross-court dink as effectively. It's still very effective. You just can't do it as effectively. Can't really speed up off the bounce. Opponents can cheat on their positioning, stuff like that. And then when it comes to volleys, the 4th phase, you can't really speed up down the line as the left side player or through the middle. You have weaker middle coverage. You have to reset down the line. So like if you're a left side player, right side player speeds up on you down the line, you'd have to reset that instead of countering it typically if it's backhand extended. We also have a question on this. We're going to get into a lot of two-handed backhand stuff today. So those are the things you're missing out on. It honestly does sound like, oh my gosh, like I'm missing out on a lot. I don't really think you are. If you're just trying to get to that 5-0 level, there's just a lot of those things that I said are smallish things that really matter at a pro level, but not at a rec level. So that's really my answer. Yes, I absolutely think you can. And if you're trying to get to a 4-0 plus, get to a 5-0-ish level, I wouldn't even really try and focus on a two-handed backhand. That's just me. Elliot, I'm curious to hear what you would say. And just real quick, guys, if you'll hang out to the end of the episode, we're actually going to hit a bonus 6 question about the easiest way to learn the two-handed backhand. And honestly, I think the answer is going to surprise you. I haven't really heard anyone talk about it this way. But Elliot, why don't you take it from here? Do you think you can get to that level without a two-handed backhand?
Yeah, I really think at the 4-0 level, you don't need a two-handed backhand to be successful at 4-0 and even win 4-0 tournaments. I mean, a lot of the times at 4-0, I see a lot of people running around their backhand.
Yeah.
At the 4-0 level, I think it's less on placement and more on power at the 4-0. So, like, yes, if someone determines that your backhand is weaker, I don't think they 100% can just pick on that. I definitely think at the 5-0 level, that'll be way more exposed. What I really think you need is if you don't have a two-handed backhand at a 4-0 level, you need like a backhand drop for sure.
Yeah.
Just because you just need something to rely on, because it's not always good to run around it. I mean, yes, you can be successful running around it, but it really just puts you out of position if you don't hit that forehand good. So yes, I think you can be successful. I know you can win tournaments, but to get even a 4-5 or 5-0, you need to really work on that.
Gotcha. Yeah. So a little bit of a contrarian opinion there. And I absolutely hear what you're saying for sure. Yeah. The two-handed backhands really become in vogue just because it gives you a lot more options. Yeah. Let's get into the drill real quick. I try and give you guys drills when we're here. And in our 6th question, when we talk about the two-hand backhand, we'll talk more mechanics. But probably the biggest thing that I think will help you in terms of drilling is to go buy a hitting tee off of Amazon for like $17, like a baseball hitting tee. Borrow one from your grandson or from your daughter, play softball, whatever. Go get that thing, set it up about net height, put it in the middle of the kitchen is where I would start. And then just start trying to work on that two-handed backhand and just try and get to the point where you consistently hit the same form every single time. I wouldn't start with a live ball, but just because the live ball, you have to do ball recognition, you have to do feet placement, you're putting a lot of stuff, a lot of pressure on you. And then as you get more and more comfortable, then I would move to more of a live ball situation. So that's a drill I would do. I would just hit balls over and over from inside the kitchen off of a hitting tee and just get that form down. And then, our next question has to deal with how you might secretly be helping your opponents out with your backhand return. The answer to that next question, along with the rest of this podcast, is waiting for you in the full episode right here. Watch it.